Welcome! In this video, we're going to cover a few important differences between Thrive Point of Sale and FireFly. As a FireFly user, you'll find the Thrive interface pretty familiar. Of course, there are some improved features and functions to explore, but first, let's cover some of the everyday differences you may notice. Let's start out with the basics. When you first load Thrive, you'll see the login on top of the home screen. This home screen gives you quick access to common functions such as the time clock, email, dispatch, customer lookup, the order screen, and of course the menu. You can configure your station to default to any of these screens if you wish to bypass the home screen and log in directly to the menu, for example. Alright, your menu should look pretty much the same, with tabs on the left and buttons in the middle. At the top, you have icons that link you to the rest of your functions, such as the options screen, the customer lookup, the orders screen, table layout, and the dispatch screen. Note, the options screen is only available when you are on the menu. You'll also notice that we don't have any buttons on the bottom of the menu anymore. These functions have mostly been moved to the virtual ticket. So for example, when I order an item, if I want to change the quantity, I can use the green up or red minus buttons. If I press a long press, I bring the edit quantity so that I can enter an amount. This is also where we can add an item message, or we can do a message on the overall ticket. If I want to add a discount to the item, I can do that on this virtual ticket discount button. The item description can be pulled up with these three dots, and from here I can reorder a duplicate item. To modify the toppings on the pizza, I can use this red to remove or green to increase. Or I can just touch another topping to add it to the pizza. And finally, the fractions are accessed by touching this F button, and then I can choose to work on the overall, the first half, the second half, etc. If you allow more than half and half, keep pressing the F to get up to 4 fractions. Alright, the next button is also here in the virtual ticket. And when I'm done, I just hit finish, choose an order type, and pay for my order. Now let's take a look at the orders screen. This is where we can see all of our orders for the day. Just like FireFly, we have the ability to filter these orders by order type and status. And just like FireFly, if I click on the ticket number, I can load the order back into the ticket. If I select an order by clicking anywhere but the underlined ticket number, I can do things like adjust tip, reprint, or settle the order if it's table service. Also, clicking on the order total will bring up the full review screen with more order details. From here, I can load the ticket. You can also get to full review at any time by selecting the order totals at the bottom of the ticket. Voiding is a little more straightforward in Thrive than it is in FireFly. Select the item, and then you have the option to void that item or void the entire ticket. Just touch the item again to return to the clear button. Alright, let's take a look at customer lookup. You can search here on phone number or many other fields, and your caller ID information is listed below. Thrive doesn't have the red ringing phone icons for caller ID, but it does show you a lot more information about the caller before you select the line, including if they have any open orders, how many total orders they've had, and whether they're a loyalty customer or not. Also, this screen is where you go to change your promise times instead of the top of the dispatch screen. When you search for a customer, to select the customer, you can double-click on the record or touch it and use the checkbox. Alright, let's click on the customer at the top of the virtual ticket to bring up the customer details screen. This is where you can see information about the customer. You can add notes, do a last order recall, see any offers available, etc. To edit the customer, just click on this pencil edit right here. We no longer use the customer info screen to select order type or to finish the order. All orders, no matter what their type, should be finished the same way. Just hit finish, and then we can pick an order type. For delivery orders, if you don't know what kind of tender type the customer will be using to pay, just go ahead and select cash. This can be modified after the order is completed. The dispatch screen is quite similar to FireFly's and should be easy for you to adjust to. Just select an order and select a driver to assign. Return the driver when they're done and use the driver status screen to finish out their shift. The table screen is quite a bit different. It has a lot of additional graphic options, including many backgrounds and different table formats. This table layout is one thing that does not translate from FireFly, so if you're using table layout, you will need to re-enter your table screen. You can design it right here on the fly just by selecting design mode, moving things around, or adding a new table by clicking anywhere on the floor. Okay, so that's a few of the operational differences you might notice in your first few days using Thrive. Thanks for watching, and be sure to explore more of our training videos to start taking advantage of some of Thrive's powerful new features.